Sandra, the founder of YOUJUSTGAVE.com. Thanks for watching this video about the Dexcom G5 Mobile. I'm so excited to have had the opportunity to be one of the first ones to try out Dexcom's latest and greatest device. I'm so thankful for companies like Dexcom who are dedicated to making my life with diabetes easier. And no, I'm not associated with Dexcom and I'm not receiving a commission or compensation for this video. If you don't know yet what a CGMS is, please read my article found on YOUJUSTGAVE.com entitled One Device That Every Diabetic Needs. You can also see my side-by-side comparison of Dexcom versus Medtronic sensors on YOUJUSTGAVE.com. So, what's so great about the new Dexcom G5? Not only are we able to see our latest blood glucose level every 5 minutes, we can now view those blood sugar readings directly on our smartphones. That's cool. Plus, our family members can see our blood sugars on their phones too. Now that's amazing. This is life-changing for those families with little ones who have diabetes. Think about it. While your child is at school or soccer practice, you can make sure they're safe by simply viewing their blood sugars on your cell phone. And for those of you with diabetes who travel or live alone, you can have extra peace of mind by allowing your friends or family members access to view your blood sugars. You have complete control over who can see your blood glucose trends and when, so don't worry. The purpose of this brief review is to tell you some of the other pros and cons of the new Dexcom G5. One of the biggest pros for me is knowing that my husband can now see my blood sugars throughout the day, even when we're several miles away from each other. Sometimes it's just nice having him look at my graph and validating all of the ups and downs and rough day that I may have had. One of the other biggest advantages is there is less to carry in my pocket or purse. When out and about, I can leave the receiver at home and still see my blood sugars on my phone. When at home, you may prefer the receiver so you don't have to mess with unlocking your phone and opening the app every time you want to see your blood sugar. With the receiver, you only have to click one button to see your blood sugar. Unless you receive a faulty receiver like I did. I often had to click the buttons 2 to 3 times to get it to respond. One time I had to press the button 10 times for it to finally respond. But customer service was awesome. They quickly replaced my receiver at no cost, and the replacement receiver is working great. So if you have that problem, you can contact them. One of the biggest disadvantages of the Dexcom G5 is that the alarms are too loud. The normal alarm volume is really loud, and the urgent alarms are obnoxious and embarrassing when in public. On the receiver, the soft volume level is not soft at all, so vibrate is really the best option for me, at least during the day. And on your phone, you can turn down the ringer, but then you chance not hearing your phone ring. The only way to be sure your phone is completely silenced is to turn the ringer off. The other main negative aspect of the G5 is that the transmitter is larger than the transmitters from the G4 and the 7 Plus. And I'll post a photo for you to compare the different sizes of the two transmitters. This just means that it doesn't lay as flat against the skin, so if you insert the sensor above your pant line and wear a tight-fitting shirt, it will show. So just keep that in mind too. Thankfully, the G5 mobile receiver is the same size as the G4 receiver. Another change to consider is that the screen background is now white, which is definitely easier to see, but it's super bright when viewing in the dark in the middle of the night. In case you're not familiar with how CGMS works, the Dexcom requires you to calibrate twice a day, which means you need to check your blood sugar with a glucometer and enter the number into the Dexcom. One thing I've recently learned is that you can easily view when you last calibrated. Sometimes I would check my blood sugar and immediately forget if I had just calibrated or not. If you go under Settings and Device Info, you can easily view when you last started your sensor and when you last calibrated. And you only have to calibrate the receiver or your phone. The other device will eventually get updated by the transmitter. If you're considering upgrading, you'll be happy to know that you can keep using your old G4 Platinum sensors when you upgrade to the G5 Mobile, so that's really helpful. And overall, I love my Dexcom system and believe it's the best one of its kind on the market. I hope you have found this review to be helpful, and if so, please share it with your family, friends, doctors, and diabetes educators. Also, you can make sure you don't miss out on helpful reviews like this by signing up for our monthly updates on YOUJUSTGAVE.com.